Okay, I just want to let you know we get this iGRID out for the groups on the various platforms. CTrader is the primary, and then that will be a CBOT, and then the EA for MT4, MT5. You guys are absolutely going to love the swing trading side of this stuff. Let's just take a quick look at the indices and what they've done. We've had a sell move recently that terminated here, then a long side move, then a short side move, then a long side move, very likely into end of day, or not end of day today because we're almost done for the day, but into the overnight session. I would think Monday going into Tuesday, we're very likely going to get a short signal. As I mentioned before in prior videos today, it looked like we might get the beginnings of a distribution day. No ability to come back up to the highs, and we might get follow through. Europe might sell into this tonight and leave us gap down a bit. Tomorrow we'll have to see. The beauty, though, of the iGRID, it's very simplistic in how it can be utilized for grid trading, cycling in and out of positions in the direction of move. So directional grid trading, working downside, working, when the price lifts, we're selling. When it's dropping, we're covering. When it's lifting, selling and covering, selling, covering, selling, covering on the way down. Buying and covering, buying and covering, buying, covering on the way up. And even in chop, we're getting in with some initial position. We're selling, we're covering, we're selling. We're covering, we're selling, we're covering, we're selling right here. And then, at the flip point, right here, we get out. So original positions come out about, a little bit underwater, but we scrubbed money out of the move. And then we get directional again. We're, buying and covering, buying and covering, buying and covering up until we had the flip point. So that's like the NASDAQ in a 1 hour chart. And I like 15-minute charts for doing this, 30-minute chart, 1 hour. There are some lower time frames that you can actually trade the same way too. You'd kind of be hyper trading. I mean, you'd be trading smaller moves, but you can trade it statically with one entry and then get out at the flip point, or you can be working grid trades, not like a 1-minute chart, but just stuff below a 15-minute chart. Let's go take a quick look at how effective this has been too, like on something like the S&P 500. Maybe you're trading the ES instrument. You can use the iGRID setup then. You can track it on MT4. You can track it on an MT5 platform. We will eventually have this in NinjaTrader 8. I'm going to try to have the iGRID indicator in NT8 next week. This week's all about MT4, MT5, and CTrader. And then next week, I'll work on getting it into NT8. So let's go take a look. This is the NASDAQ. Let's go take a look at the S&P 500. So this is the S&P 500. We had some long side action, very nice and cyclical in nature, the exact kind of price action that's great for grid trading. Flip to the short side, cyclical action on the way down. I think there was some news that day, cyclical action then on the way up, nice pullback and then lift. Then a lot of action, a lot of scrubbing back and forth, but all this is good. I want price to be whipsawing back and forth in these structural moves, structural move up, structural move down, and so on. So let's move this over, look at it going forward. Then Friday, we got the lift and, everything took off. So we flipped from downside where we're cycling in and out from the downside. The market stabilized. Then we had buying coming in. We've been cycling on the way up. So very likely, I think, in the overnight session or into earlier part of the day, maybe pre-market tomorrow, we'll see. We could get a flip and get back to short side. We'll see. This is starting to look like the beginnings of what the pattern of a distribution day looks like. For what I've been seeing lately in the past 4 or 5 months when we've had a lot of this Fed discount window money pumped in by IBs. So fantastic way to catch swing trades, but also a fantastic overall approach to have an indicator that can help you pick direction to then go in and have an EA use that indicator or a CBOT to grid trade. So I'm absolutely loving how the iGRID turned out. And now I have like 3 different versions of it. I have different versions of math interjected into the body of a smooth Heikin-Ashi candle. My core part of the indicator that flips, I have 3 different so I have different ones. So I'm going to be like, in the end, finding which one I think is the most effective. This one I'm running right here in MT4 is number 2 of the 3 builds I've made. And in the end, we'll let the data tell us, but this one is just working really good. And it works great on FX. It works. You can use it on crypto. You can use it to attract the market. So it's turning out to be a really powerful market timing tool. Hey, when should I be long in my options trade? When should I be long in Tesla? Or when should I be short in Apple? Or when should I be long the S&P 500? Looking at 30-minute charts, 1 hour, 4 hour. Heck, you can even look at it on daily charts. So the iGRID is going to end up being probably the most effective indicator powering an EA on MT4, MT5, or a CBOT and CTrader of anything I've ever built before, from everything that I've been looking at in data leading up to this. So I can't wait to finally this week get the indicator into your hands, at least a version that I have for MT4, MT5, the version I'll have for CTrader, and then the following week get it in NT8. So there you have it. Just want to give you an update on where the market's at, and follow up from this morning. I was talking about the markets, where they're at. What was the big ramp for on Friday? There was nothing. There wasn't anything wondrous in the economy or going on. It just, hey, there's 7 stocks. And when the institutionals pump in Fed discount window money, they are buying baskets of those stocks. They're buying 0 DTE options in combination with futures with automated systems. So it's a very easy to spot now pattern. We can see the pattern when they turn this, like, I guess you could call it algo, on and off. So anyhow, great tool. Really looking forward to taking anything I've done before in the past on MT5, MT4, expanding it now into this program and taking it to another level. And I'm taking the same math that's in this tool now and putting it in my price director indicator, and working to make that even better than it was in the past too. And building some combinations where I have price director looking at price and the secondary indicator reading the price director. So there's all kinds of variations that are going to come out of this. So we're just getting warmed up. So there you have it. If you have any questions, let me know. info@GRID, GRID, algo, GRIDalgo.com. Talk to you all later.